I just got word from a proofreader who was working on Dark Side Down. They got about halfway into the first chapter and said they couldn't do it because it was too disturbing. And maybe under normal circumstances, my first reaction would have been, oh, crap, now I've got to find more proofreaders. But in this case, my reaction was success. I firmly believe this, that the purpose of horror is to challenge people's beliefs. Because I think that when you challenge someone's beliefs, that is when you truly frighten someone. Because for many people, beliefs are the one thing they always know they can count upon. And when you shake that bedrock, that foundation of who they are, you've succeeded in frightening them. Because life is just not the same anymore. And I think that's what I've done. Now, understand that I believe every time I approach this particular series, my goal is to challenge the reader on that level. Because I think that, personally, I believe nothing is as frightening as when the rug of your beliefs is pulled out from under your feet and you don't know what's truth anymore. Now, I know there are a lot of writers out there, and I don't want this, please don't let this come off. I mean, I'm talking to you, Muse. I could say whatever the fuck I want, so, but I don't want this to come out as ego or me patting myself on the back or saying anything I do is better than anybody else's. But I know a lot of writers out there who proclaim how disturbing they are and how what they've written will make you sleep with the lights on. And I've read a lot of horror, and a lot of times, I mean, it's all good. It's not all good, but a lot of it's really good. But I haven't read a horror novel in a very, very long time that's actually frightened me. And maybe that's because I'm just so jaded. I've seen so much horror and read so much horror that nothing scares me anymore. But I do get frightened when my beliefs are challenged, when something challenges the way I think, especially with regards to something that is generally life-affirming. And to some people, that's religion. And that was kind of my purpose with the Nameless Saga. To take the entirety of the religious story and rewrite it. Because, seriously, isn't religion all based on a book anyway? It's one... Now, granted, I probably shouldn't say this, but it could very well be one person's idea of what this moral code is. And how do we know that person didn't get it wrong? How do we know that God's the good guy and Satan's the bad guy? How do we know that it's not the other way around? Well, to a lot of people, even the idea of considering that possibility shakes them to their core. And that's what we've done with those books. I know that there are all different types of horror, all of which serves a different purpose. There's thrillers and splatterpunk, and the list goes on and on. And there's different strokes for different folks. Some people love splatterpunk. I generally love splatterpunk, but I have read a couple of them that twisted my guts up to the point where I thought, maybe I can't read splatterpunk anymore. But gore is not frightening. It's like the guinea pig movies. The purpose of those movies, to me, it seems like, let's just see how many different ways we can dismember and dismantle the human body. That's just me. I want my horror that I write and I read to make me think. And make me rethink my truth. And when that happens, the writer has done their job. And at the end of the book, when you question what reality is, and when you're unsure of what reality is, you have done your job. And that's one of the reasons why I appreciate what you have given me, Muse, with the Nameless Saga. You've given me something where I can take something that is fundamental to the human creature and play a rousing game of what if. Because isn't that the job of a writer anyway, to play what if with the narrative of mankind? I believe that that's what we're supposed to do. Every time I approach a story, one of the first questions I ask is, what if? What if the Bible was wrong? What if the publishers were the bad guys? Anyway, so yeah, proofreader just said that it was too disturbing, they couldn't read it. That's the second time that that's happened to me. And I'm always kind of proud when it does. And yes, I have found another proofreader and to replace that one, and it's all fine. It all works out in the end. And this particular book, Dark Side Down, has been a real learning experience for me. On a number of levels. A number of fucking levels. And I personally think it's a good. Of course, it's a good book. Every writer thinks that what they've written is a good book. I think we've reached the point, I believe, where every writer could just stop saying, it's a good book, I swear, it's my best work. Because I wrote it now, after I wrote the previous book, so yes, of course it's going to be better than the book I wrote previously. It should be. If not, then I'm not improving. And if I'm not improving, something's wrong. But the important thing about this book is, during the process, I stepped way back and examined my writing, my editorial process, and made a lot of very important and drastic changes. And things are going to be slower and things are going to be better. Because your stories, Muse, deserve the very best. Right? Right. Speaking of which, I got a story to finish. Second book on the Reaper saga. Almost done. Almost like 3,000 words and I'm done. It's happening. It's on. It's rocking and it's rolling. Muse, thank you. I can never, ever thank you enough. Without you, I wouldn't be me. And without me, would you be you? I don't know. Anyway. Time to go. Thanks for the talk, Muse. It's always so helpful. You're like my own personal invisible therapist.